Hi, and welcome to the Fierce Voice Podcast. I'm your host, Brigette Gildemaster. This is a podcast for those who are ready to leave behind survival mode after abuse, where we talk about what it looks like to embody who you are as an individual, learn to love yourself, and bring to light healing after surviving abuse from relationships and religion. Pop your earbuds in to hear heartfelt and powerful intensity from myself and guests. Be ready to put into place actual tools and gather insight for you to use on your healing journey. Welcome back to the Fierce Voice Podcast. I'm your host, Brigette Gildemaster. So today I have Sheba with me, and I am so excited for her energy and fire to be on the platform because we're social media friends. We're co-authors together. And so followed so much of what you have to offer and share, and you are just energy that everyone needs to have in their lives. So welcome.
Thank you. It is such an honor and a privilege to be here. I totally forgot that we were co-authors.
Yeah.
So that was a good reminder. But yes, I love how we are just connected with the tool of social media.
Yeah, well, yeah, as we were talking just before we got on, we're like halfway across the country from each other. So, I mean, we never would have met had it not been for good old social media.
Excellent. Yes, thank you. I'm so happy. I'm like my nerves, not nerves in a bad way, but my excitement. I'm keeping my I'm keeping my composure until you're ready. But I came ready and I'm excited.
Good, cool. Well, I'm so happy to have you. So yeah, why don't you go ahead and share with us like your story and your passion, and just everything that lights you on fire and what you'd like to share. So
Yeah, so Sheba is I consider it to be a gift that God has given me. Because in 2018 I experienced turmoil. My life went in a direction that I'm still trying to figure out. Right? But I'm so grateful that look, let me see the time. Okay, good. Let me stay focused. But I was just having one of a very low moment, to be honest with you. And I was sitting just quietly, not with any preconceived thoughts or anything like this. And I heard the word Sheba. And so I'm sitting there and I'm looking around like, okay, well, where are we going with this? Right? So Sheba, and I'm like, okay, now I've heard of Queen of Sheba. I knew that she was bad. I knew that she went to Solomon. I mean, I knew the basic. So I said, okay, well, let me see what this is about. So I spent that evening literally reading about this Queen of Sheba. And I had a moment. I said, wow, she reminds me so much of myself. She reminds me so much of me. And so then I said, okay, so I sat with it more. I reached out to one of my friends and we're, talking some things through. And I was like, I believe that I'm supposed to do something with women. It's gonna come to me, but it just hasn't come to me yet. And so she said, okay, so we ended I think it was text message or a phone call. And then finally it hit me. It hit me like a ton of bricks. I felt like I had a moment with purpose. And what Sheba actually stands for is she's better after it all. So in the midst of a whirlwind, literally, my family was destroyed, literally, right? I would have never in imagined years that I would have ever been divorced. I would have ever been separated from my son. Like, I never, trust me, never. But I found myself there. But I'm so grateful. Like I always tell women, my purpose is for women through my life experiences, for women to discover that you too are Sheba. You too are better after it all. The last thing I'll say is recently I've come to another stage of that mantra and that lifestyle. And what I realized is that sometimes we live in this this scope of two different polarities, right? So usually we go from bad to good. God pushed me and he said, how about go from good to great? And I was like, oh, wow. That's a totally different dimension, right? I was excited. Bridget, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm excited. He said, ever considered that the good can become great? It can become even better. So this is where I feel as if Sheba has evolved from bad. I'm just being honest with you, and I'm pretty sure your fans or your followers could relate to that. That it was bad, it was ugly. I used to always tell people, if these exact walls can speak, the person that you see on social media, you would be surprised, because that's not the person who I was before. But I'm grateful that I got to a good place, and each and every day I'm moving to greatness. I'm moving further, cementing greatness as I just walk in my purpose, basically. So thank you for allowing me to share that. Every time I say it, I get excited, because I feel like I'm having a Sheba to Sheba moment. Even though you say your name is Brigette, but I look at you as being Sheba. I don't know, I don't even know your story, but I look at you and any other person who will listen to this podcast, I look at you as being Sheba as well.
Mm. Oh, wow. That's so cool. I love that. I've heard a little bit of your story and stuff, but never all of it. And obviously it's even 10 times better hearing it from you, like, and
Thank you.
actually
Thank
the
you.
tone and your, just fire behind it. So I love that.
Yes,
Oh, that's
yes,
so
yes.
cool. Yeah. Yeah. So do you mind going into more detail about your story at all if I ask some questions? Is that okay?
Of course. I'm an
Okay.
open book. Let's talk. Okay. Look,
Okay.
I already put in a book. So let's go.
I love
Yes,
it.
I'm ready.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah. So what for you? So yeah, you were in a really bad place. Oh, it sounds like a lot happened to you, very personal, very close to home. Like in that moment, like how were you, what were the tools you were using to cope through before you came to, even more of a realization of how to use it for good?
I love when people ask me this question, because one of the things, there's two things that come to my mind when you ask me that. The first thing is acceptance. I had to accept my reality, right? And it actually couples with the next thing, which is letting go of control. When I say that, I know I sound so graceful now, but before I'm like, get the hell out of here. I'm not letting go of control. I run this. This is my, but thank God, over the healing process, right? I've allowed myself to accept it, whether it was my fault, whether it wasn't my fault, whether it went in the direction that I thought it would, and whether it didn't. I just had to accept the present, that bottom line, period, right? And then again, the other thing which is, it took me such a long time. I'm telling you, it took me such a long time to do this, which is to realize that I cannot control anyone. Even further, I cannot control if a person chooses me. I would hope that
Mm.
they do. But if they did, wonderful. We can make this last forever. But if they did not, then that is the end of that story. And I'm going to go back to it again. I had to accept it, right? I can't force it. I can't, because clearly I couldn't force it, But once I got to that place, that's when I really believe that my healing process started. The moment of acceptance and the moment of letting go and control of what I thought or what I perceived or what I, imagined, or even what I wanted, what I desired. That's when my healing process changed. And I really believe that that's when it's like the light bulb of purpose, it started illuminating, like this is what you're supposed to be doing. Because if it wasn't supposed to be that way, it would not be that way.
Mm. Yeah. Oh my gosh, there's so much in there to unpack because I can relate to that on so many levels. Like, I feel
Uh-huh.
like for me, yeah, I feel like I just kept fighting against my reality until I accepted it. Like, that was the same place I came to. So I can relate to that on a lot of levels.
Yes, yes, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. So let's see, where do I want to take this?
Wherever you go,
What
I'm ready.
What do you feel like, in going through all that turmoil, like what was the biggest struggle for you? Did you feel like, when life slapped you in the face with a reality you weren't expecting, was it, you know, if it feeling just like failure? Did you feel, inadequate? What were you struggling with most emotionally during that time?
Right. So I think my struggle emotionally is I felt as if I let my son down.
Mm.
You know, I come from a family, and I'm, very open about it. I come from a family where that two-parent household, that's not the norm. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Or I mean, even just to expand beyond that, just the my childhood, let me put it like this. My childhood, I wanted to give my children a different reality. That's pretty much really what it sums up to. I want to give you a new reality. I want to put you on a different path, because I mean, I'm the type of person that I stand in my truth. That's the bottom line, right? I know it to be true that children need their mother and they need their father. If it wasn't supposed to be that way, it would not be that way, right? And I understand this idea of mothers playing both roles. I respect that, trust me, because my mother, I pay homage to her. She did a lot for all of her 9 children. At the end of the day, me living through my experiences, she married, and I had a wonderful relationship with my stepfather. Let me tell you, I'm not even trying to be funny. He would treat me better than his own daughter. I kid you not. I'm just being honest, right?
Beautiful.
But something within me, because my DNA is connected to my father, I still longed for him. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's just how we're wired, right? We're wired for those things. So I say all of that to say, I felt like damn, like really, so that was the biggest, just disappointment. Just, I felt like I rocked his foundation. I felt like I'd like threw him out. And when I say I mean the situation, not necessarily me, but it's like the situation just threw him out into a place where I felt at that moment that he wasn't prepared for, you know? But I had an encounter with God. I'm gonna be honest with you. I had a moment with God. And what he said to me was, leave him. And I'm like, come again. No, mothers don't leave their children, right? So he said, leave him. I'm very open and bold about this because it is what it is, right? And I see the benefit of one hearing God's voice and listening to him and being cemented, peace just settled in my heart, right? And what he said was, there's nothing that anyone will ever be able to do to tarnish your relationship with your son. Bridget, I kid you not, I felt a peace that I could not even understand. I was like, huh? I was even surprised, like, really? Nothing to no one? Nothing to no one? Are you sure about that? They'll try, not to say that they won't try, right? But there will be nothing. As long as you do your part, because we have a responsibility, of course, right? But as long as you do your part, you're good to go. And he'll be fine. He'll be fine. And I'm like, deep swallow. Deep swallow, but I did it. And I'm living on the other side of that decision, right? And just as it was spoken, that is my current reality. Have they tried? Do they continue to try? And I'm like, when are you gonna let it go? But we have a wonderful relationship. I'm just seeing his growth like year by year. And I'm very proud of him. I remember one time, I have twins now. I'm remarried, right? So I'm on the other side. And at one point, my husband was in Nigeria. I'm getting all into the meat of the matter, Bridget. So I'm hoping this is okay.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Okay, good. Excellent. Good. So my husband was in Nigeria and I'm here, right? So you see the twins and y'all love them, my babies, Jubilee and Joyce. But at one point he was in Nigeria, I'm here, and I'm, doing what I do because that's what mothers do. We do what we do, right? And so I was picking up my son. I had to pick up my son from school and then pick up the girls from daycare. You know how mothers do. We do. And I would never, ever, ever, as long as I live, I would never forget this. And it was my moment to reiterate again the decision that I made, right? And he was like, Mommy, you are so strong. Bridget, I almost busted out in tears. I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, and I was just like, what? Like, I felt like maybe his light bulb too is starting to click. You know what I'm saying? He's like, how do you do all of this? And I was like, love, love, it supersedes every barrier, every limitation. I'm talking about real love, right? Every boundary, every barrier, every limitation, love will always supersede that. And I told them that. I said, because I love y'all. Like, I don't even think about how you do it and when you do it. I just get up and I do it. You know what I mean? And so it's just been, like I said, it's been a journey, but I'm grateful again to be on the up because I'm better after that situation. I'm better after it. I'm just gonna keep getting better, like fine wine, girl. Like fine wine. I'm just gonna keep getting better. I'm gonna keep getting better. So every time someone says Sheba, it's like it's speaking that affirmation again to me, Sheba. And I'm like, yes, Sheba, I'm Sheba. Yeah, I'm Sheba. It's my life. This is what I'm here for. And again, through my life, for other women to realize that you are Sheba as well.
Wow, that is powerful. That is so powerful.
Let me know if I'm talking too much. I know I can talk, girl. You
No.
put me. Just
No,
say,
I
Sheba,
love
take
it.
a deep breath. Take a deep breath, girl.
No, you have so much to offer. This is the point of this podcast, is to highlight other women's voices, because yes, I just think we're all so amazing, so powerful, and all have so much to share. And your story it's so impactful, especially being on the other side of it and
Yes,
being able to have that reflection for someone who's in the midst of it to hear
yes,
it is life
absolutely.
changing.
Thank you. It is so important. It's so important. That's
Mhm.
why when I got the invitation, I said, absolutely. Literally an open, but sometimes my friends are like, you need to chill because I'm so open because I'm so free. I'm so free. So what's the point of we'll be holding on to secret? I have no shame. I have no guilt. I have no second guessing. I'm secure in my past. I'm secure in my present and I'm secure in my future. So this is where this comes from that place of security.
Yeah. And how beautiful, because that's where we connect, is in that vulnerability.
Yes,
Like,
absolutely.
that is what true love and connection is being able to share those dirty pieces, if you want to even call them that, and be able to go, me too.
Me too. Yes,
Yep.
really, me too.
Mhm.
That's that powerful moment. And then it reiterates the fact, which I love what you said. We're all connected. We're all, as long as we're in this human experience, we're all connected. There's a saying in Nigeria that says every day is not Christmas. Every day is not
Mm.
every year, every month, every week, it's not going to be Christmas. But one day, Christmas does come. I mean, if you celebrate Christmas, but I'm just saying, that
Yeah.
moment of celebration, it always comes. You might have
Mhm.
to go through a lot before you get there, but eventually it always comes. And when it comes, it's sweet. And you're supposed to appreciate it and celebrate it and enjoy it because you deserve it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I just love what you said, like the story you have with your son is just perfect, because it shows what true love is, even in the background.
Mhm.
Like, as long as you are there, you are showing up and you are doing those acts of love that show love. Look
That's
at
right.
the fruit that you're reaping from that. Like,
Yeah.
both of
Yeah.
you.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. I love it. I'm so grateful because love is not, it's reciprocal. It goes both, we both not benefiting from it,
Mhm.
that we have to question if it's love because it's supposed to be beneficial for both of us.
Mhm.
Even if it's expressed or demonstrating a different dynamic, but what it should speak of rather is love to both of us at the end. So I'm
Mhm.
grateful that, like I said, we're pushing through. We're doing good. We're doing good. We're doing
Oh,
good.
that's awesome. Yeah, that's so cool. Do you mind me asking his age?
Yes, he just turned 12, January
Oh.
20th, and he is a amazing. I'm not even saying it's because it's my son. Sometimes I'm looking at him, I'm like, wow, but he's an amazing basketball player. And he also likes drums and music, and so he's doing great. I have to give his father credit, honestly, for the athletic side. Even though he's always like, you should have been an athlete. I'm like, me? No, I like to make money. I mean, not money. in the athletic way. I like to make like business and travel and speaking. And so no. But I definitely give it to him for that. And then the music is all my family. We're creative beings. It comes out of our pores. So he got the best of both worlds.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. That's
Yep.
cool. That's so
Mhm.
special. And how does he love being a big brother, especially the
Yes,
twins? Because your twins are adorable. I love it when you post pictures.
I know. They are something else. I mean, but he loves it. He thinks, well, Jubilee is Jubilee. She's her name. Let me put it like that. She's like me. She's always ready to go. She believes that we do not need to sleep. What's the point of what's the point of so she's always ready. So of course you can imagine he's like, I'm just tired looking at her. And then Joyce is much more calm. She's calmer rather. She's introverted. She's gonna observe, she's gonna look and she'll have her moments, but she's still very like, let's chill. So I think even that is like the best of both of both worlds. So he loves it. When he's spending time with them, they enjoy it. But it's something I prayed for too. I'm just like, let them always, be close and celebrate. And I pray that, my son would get married and his sisters will be at the wedding. You'll be surprised at stuff that I pray. And I'm like, if they ever have barbecues, let them, because I mean, my reality is that, I have two brothers from my father's side. And that's not our story. You know what I mean? But I'm like, listen, again, I've been placed on this earth to give my children a new reality based on what I want and based upon what I think that they deserve. And so I don't take it for granted with only my acts, but I incorporate God into this. And I'm like, come on, help me out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Help me out so that they can just, be close and together, because I really believe that family is God's idea. I know that. It's God's idea. It started all with him. So it's, even though we, have different families, but either way, the idea and the unity and the coming together is God's idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I love that. It's beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. So you touched on this in the beginning. So you were talking about how you're doing good. I wanted to say gooder, and I know that's wrong, and going
Yeah.
into great. And so what does that look like for you? I'm so excited. So what is that vision for you? Do you know?
Of course, hello. No, I'm joking. So a part of it is really diving into Sheba, right? Because there was like a trifold vision that I was given when I was given the name. And the first is that Sheba is a ministry, right? It's a ministry. Secondly, it's a business and it's a brand. And I'm grateful to say that we're moving, we're moving. It seems like this is funny, but it seems as if it's like any space that I find myself in, it just it goes international just like that. I kid you not. I'm
Mm-hmm.
serious, right? So I'm gonna give you an example. Most recently, I've been put on an assignment to gather women who are in business, who are in leadership, to pray with them and pray for them. So every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, women are coming on Zoom. The first meeting, Brigette, I kid you not, we had someone from Tobago, someone from Panama, someone, and I'm like, wait a minute. So it just, I just had a moment. I'm sitting there staring at them, and they're staring at me, and I'm like, don't mind, I'm just having a moment. But it's like, it just, everything just, and it just, how can I explain it? It even empowers me to see that through it all, even though it's about me, but it's not about me either. You know what I mean? So that was just, it was just like I can't explain that. I don't know if I'm using the right terminology, but it just was like, okay, I'm getting it. I'm getting it more and more. So just, establishing Sheba, just putting Sheba, the mission, the purpose, before as many women as I possibly can. Just continuing with my personal development, my professional development, and just moving forward. I even have a anthology project that's here that I'm working on, which is, if you don't mind me sharing, is
No,
I'm
please.
gathering, 14 women. I'm gathering 14 women to share their stories, right? Now, the book is very much in your face. I've gotten a lot of criticism, but I'm okay. My skin is very tough. And I realized that Sheba is for some women and Sheba is not for some women. But the title of the book is Women Have Balls Too, right? And it's just to basically show women that when if I can just be myself, we're not
Yes,
punks,
please.
we're not wimps, we're not, we're not subservient. We don't have to be in the back. We don't have, so that's really what the message is and everything that I do is bolder in your face. So I can't withdraw back now. You know what I mean? I'm like, listen. And so far we have 10 women and I'm still recruiting for 4 other women, but I know that it'll happen. And if it doesn't, we're still gonna move forward. But so, and that, I say all that to say that international. We have some in Trinidad and Tobago. We have some in Canada. We have some right here in the United States, one person in Nigeria. And I'm like, this is it. It's so beyond me. So whenever you are given an assignment and you're placed on this earth to do something, and then you have that aha moment, it makes everything that you do intentional. You know what I mean? It's not just haphazard. It's not if I want to. The call and the purpose and the mission, it demands something from you. Where you have to see me, I could be on my phone and it's midnight, 1 o'clock, and my brain is going through and I'm writing things down and I'm creating flyers. Like, ask my assistant. I mean, I'm like creating flyers. What do you think about this? And it demands something that was placed on the inside of me that other women need. And therefore, as I mentioned before, I have to show up. That's it. I just have to show up. Whether I'm tired, like even today, I was like, you know what? Maybe I might reschedule because my head was hurting a little bit. And I'm Sheba. You have to show up. If I'm not feeling good, Sheba, you have to show up. I remember when I was invited to do to speak at this vision board party. I just had my twins, and my body was still doing that adjustment. And they're like, Sheba, we want you to be in. At first, I was like, they'll understand because she has the babies, right? Something in me said, no, you got to show up.
Yep.
And even if there's one person in the audience that needs to hear what you said, job well done. Job well done. And that's pretty much this good to great is, solidifying my purpose, making every move intentional. I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, my tribe is being refined. I feel like I'm expanding. I'm meeting new people. I can just keep going on and on, but all I can say really honestly is that I'm just so grateful. I really am. I'm so grateful to be chosen. Because I've known people who, and that's one, I'm just sharing one story with you. There's like tons of stories, but I know people who have experienced the same thing and the outcome is not the same, so it bursts a level of gratitude. I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful. I'm just a grateful person. I'm a thankful person. I'm always saying, oh, thank you, thank you. I'm always expressing my gratitude. So this is pretty much what it looks like. From good to great is not just movement, but progress.
Yeah, I love all of that. Oh my gosh, like that's what I love about you. Like you are just always on fire and on to the next thing. And I think after we've come out of these situations that are so hard to see that passion and that purpose coming out of someone is so, I mean, it makes me go, yeah, let's go. Let's go. What's next? Like, yes, she's right. Let's keep
Let's
pushing
do this.
forward.
Right. Let's do this.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Because and like you said, if
Yeah.
it's just one person, I say that all the time too. If it's just that one person, it's all worth it. Like I will do everything I've done for all these years all over again to know just one more person will begin to feel that hope and passion for themselves in that dark place.
Wow. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, I'm feeling like chill. I'm just so like, this is it. This is what we have to continue. This is what we need, even especially as women. There's so many things that divides us. But there's so many, one of the greater forces that brings us together is love. It's the greatest force, so even though there's many things that can divide us, but if we could all come into this frequency of love, there's nothing that we cannot accomplish together.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I love it. And I just love how you just know all these people are coming together and it's all just aligning for you. And so much of it is because you are stepping out just into your purpose and being who you are unapologetically and trying to,
Yeah.
and getting other women to do the same. Like it's, and yeah, and it's all covered, there's no judgment, there's no criticism or anything. And I love what you said, because of love. Like if we just put that, just we all come together, we're all who we are. It's
Yes,
beautiful. Yeah.
it is. I agree.
Cool.
So I'm so
Awesome.
excited.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to cut you off, but I probably should go here. So, tell me now also too, actually, you've written children's books too. Am I right? Is that you? Yes. Okay. So tell my audience and me where we can find like your books that you've done. If you have, what you have coming up. I know you said you had an anthology book. If anyone wants to join that, I'm sure they can reach out to you. So where to find you and anything else you have coming down the way where people could get a hold of you.
Well, oh, this is great. So thank you so much for that. So yes, I am a children's book author by profession. I am an early childhood education consultant. I mean, at heart, I call myself a teacher. I'm a bona fide teacher. I'm just not the boring kind. No, I'm joking. But no, so I'm an early child education consultant. I've been in the field for like a decade plus now. And so far, I've written 3 children's books. The first one is called The Heart of Gold. It pays homage to my son. His name is Adonai, just in case, but Adonai. So it's a story about kindness. I mean, the boy, he got it, and it was based upon a real story where we went to the hospital, and he met a girl, and his act of kindness just, I mean, my face is filled with joy, and I'm proud of him, and so I decided to write a book about it, right? And then the next one is called Just Like God, because I have friends from many different religions, right? And so what I love about this book is that although it's from many different religions, they saw themselves in it. And I was like, when I was writing, I didn't even think about that. And she was like, yeah, yeah. So much so that she supported the book. She reads the book to her son, because I want children to know that they are just like God. Like they are God beings. You understand what I'm trying to say? But really honing on their confidence, that they're special, they're unique. So that's really the essence of that book. And then the next book is that I usually, have a lot of interaction with women, right? Duh. No, have a lot of interaction with women. This book is called The Bed I Choose. This is paying homage, honestly, to my leader, my pastor. She's a granny, and her grandchildren love her. But she has like a traditional type of, parenting, and her daughters have another way of parenting. And so I just kind of meshing those 2 styles together. So the young girl in the story, she prefers to sleep with mommy and daddy, but granny is like, nah, 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 get in your bed, So that was just, I love that story. But what I decided to do was to stretch myself, and I partnered it with a parent guide for young moms. And what I mean by that, I don't mean by age. If that's age, so be it. But I know me, my son, and my daughters are 9 years apart. So when I had the twins, I felt like, wow, so much has changed. So, and I use these things on my own daughters, and it works. So I decided to put it in the book. So everything really could be found on Amazon. Or if you want like a autographed copy, you can definitely reach out to me. I usually, I'm on Facebook a lot at Sheba Empowers. That's like my favorite. Or you can send me an email at shebaconsults@gmail.com. Those are the 2 best ways to reach me. What else did you say? There was something else you asked me. Right. So, and then the anthology book. No, sorry. The anthology
Nope,
book.
you're good.
Yes. So we're working on that. It's in the works, and I'm excited. Like again, just sharing stories of overcome trauma, abuse, violence. I mean, I know someone wrote a story about grief, so it's not just everybody, every woman is struggling with domestic violence. Some women are struggling with grief, so a person is contributing their story. So any story of overcoming is at no cost. I'm covering everything. There's some other details, down the line. Again, the book is called Women Have Balls Too. And if you are that woman, I want to have a conversation with you. Okay. So you can connect with me again. Facebook, Sheba Empowers, or send me an email. Again, it's shebaconsults@gmail.com. And I think I'm going to leave it at that.
Cool.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And I'll have you send all that to me and they'll be in the show notes too. So everybody can click on it there too. But it's nice to hear. So yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so
Awesome.
much. This was great.
Yeah. Thank you for coming on and sharing your time and your energy and putting it out there. I appreciate it.
Yes, anytime. And anytime you want me back. No, I'm just
Absolutely.
anytime you
Yes,
want me
down the road
back,
for sure.
I'll be back. Definitely. Because there's some other things that I have up my sleeve, but I'm just like, I'll give them something to wait for.
There you go. Yeah, no, let's
Yes,
plan it. So yeah. All right. Well, thank you
absolutely.
for being on today.
Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure. Take care. Bye.
Thank you for joining us today on the Fierce Voice podcast. I truly hope you found healing insight, tools, and a space held for you in this journey. We are all in this together and you are not alone. You can find me, your host, Brigette Gildemaster, on all social media platforms and check out my website at www.brigittegildemaster.com, where you can listen to past Fierce Voice episodes, check out my media features, find my books, and inquire about booking me for your next virtual or in-person event. My keynotes are impactful with real-life stories, actionable tools, and inspiration for healing after a life-altering experience. Or check out my workshop event to learn more about how you can prevent abuse in your area. Have a wonderful day, and we'll catch you next time on the Fierce Voice Podcast.